You know, my background is Jamaican.
Yep.
You guys are Nigerian. We say plantain.
Yep.
You guys say...
Plantain.
So which is the correct version?
Plantain.
I don't know. Jamaicans are going to say plantain. Hey, welcome to another episode of Building Better with Brandon, powered by TD. Happy Black History Month, and today we are featuring a black business that is breaking barriers, but is also talking about their experience getting to the point where they are. I got the co-founders of Go Chips with me. We are in your factory.
Hey.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming.
Talk to me about what is Go Chips and where did the idea come from?
Well, that's a good question. Everyone says, what is Go Chips? Is it like Go Train? My business partner, Ayo, had the idea from Nigeria, and that was the name that he called it from Nigeria. And then we just thought, hey, if we're going with the same tradition here, why not? Let's continue with the same tradition. Go Chips is Go Chips. It's a good name. It's catchy. So we decided to go with that.
So how long has it been since Go Chips was started?
As a business, we've been here for 4 years and still counting. Wow. We're going into our 5th year this year.
What was the experience like starting up though? What challenges did you face?
I would say that we faced same challenges all small businesses face. Mm-hmm. First one is cash flow. Mm-hmm. You know, coming from a community of migrants, you know, we are first generation migrants. Mm-hmm. Any available funds that we had when we were coming was used to buy primary residences. So we came into this business with very little savings. So it's been a journey mixed with emotions. You know, because there's been a lot of foregone alternatives for us in terms of, you know, how much more income we could have made, you know, doing other things. Yemi was a business analyst before I called him to help start this venture together. I came from a background of international development consulting, you know, and we would be doing good in those fields if we were still actively in those fields, but between you and I, you know, entrepreneurship does not pay the bills on year 1, year 2, you know. If you're lucky, like,
it's a long journey.
It's a long journey, it's the marathon, you know, it's not a sprint. Well, the first major issue comes from the fact that you don't have that social capital. That social capital that opens doors for you. You know, that social capital that gives you networks. You don't get introductions, you know, you get...
It's almost like the start line is a little bit further away.
Yeah.
For people who look like you and I.
Yeah. And is it based on the color of our skin? I would say every entrepreneur that is a migrant will face the same, but could it be better? Yes, if the community that we belong to has more social capital to give.
In addition to what you're saying, your social network ultimately determines your net worth. Yeah. I remember trying to get loans. That's the only time where it ever became apparent that, okay, being new immigrants, it was tough.
In your opinion, what could have been in place to make the process a little bit easier for people like you?
So 2 things. The first is we have a bank like TD today that has a desk dedicated to us. Now, that's important because that never existed 4 years ago. You know, there's some guy who is paid to look after me in a bank. That makes sense, right? Yeah. Now,
it's comfortable like these chairs.
Absolutely.
You know, yeah. We also see the fact that, you know, quite a number of openings have occurred in the past 3 years that have allowed, you know, people of color to get into positions, and they are able to, you know, understand you. You know, it's different when someone that understands you talks to you, because he understands what plantain chips is in the first instance, and now there's a market for it, and now the market just transcends beyond, you know, a convenience store. You know, how it can be sold across the borders, how it can be sold in mainstream stores, and he wants to support you to sell that product, you know, everywhere. So that has happened, and that is good.
How big is Go Chips now?
Go Chips, I'd say we have presence coast to coast to coast and in the US. And overall in Canada, we are present in over 100 stores.
So what does the next 5 years look like? Like if I'm sitting with you guys and we're having a drink at the bar and I say, where's Go Chips now at the 10-year mark? What does that look like?
In 5 years, we'll be a diversified snack food company that has more than 20 SKUs that we forecast that we're going to have this year. We would want to be in the mainstream. We are actively developing new products that will allow us to be sold in the mainstream market, where over 70% of business is done in the grocery industry.
So we're talking about the major grocers.
The major
here.
grocery stores.
Okay.
And we are developing products that will sell, and we are developing a new brand called the Exotics brand. You know, it's our nuts brand that makes peanuts in 4 flavors. I just don't make Go chips. I make Go popcorn, which is like a super hit in the market right now. We make Go chin chin, which is like a staple in West African communities. We make Go kuli kuli, which is a peanut snack.
What I gather from both of you is that you both took a bet on yourself, leaving the successful careers that you both had to take on this venture. Betting on yourself can look a multitude of ways. It could be entering entrepreneurship. It could be aiming for the C-suite. What advice do you have for people who are watching this, who are also eager to bet on themselves, but are a little bit nervous? What would you tell them?
A lot of dreams die because we don't pursue them. And whatever it is that you're doing that you have interest in, spend at least 30 minutes every day. Even when you're working your 9-to-5 job, spend 30 minutes developing a roadmap, a business plan, while you're still working your 9-to-5. Your dream only stays a dream if you don't do anything about it. If you want your dream to go from your head to where we are today, you need to spend time developing an idea. And once you've developed that idea and you've put some capital aside, I think you should pursue it. Everybody should pursue their dream.
2 things for me. Research, research. You need to take time to understand what your customer wants. And once you understand that, and you find out that someone can pay for it, 2 people can pay for it, a mass of people can pay for it, then you need to pursue it. The rest is easy busy. Get TD to work with you.
I love that. I love that. Yummy, just know it's still planting in my books. I want all the packs of the Go chips as you develop them, and we're cheering you on.
For sure. Thank you. Appreciate that.
And up next, Faith from TD hops into the comfortable chairs to share how banks like TD will help you bet on yourself. So I told you Faith would be joining us in the comfortable green chairs, and already I'm feeling way too comfortable for this segment, Faith. Welcome back.
It's good to see you.
It's good to see you. Our first episode of Building Better with Brandon, powered by TD for 2023. You excited?
Of course.
Well, I was so happy to speak with Yemi and Ayo about what they're doing with Go Chips. Awesome. And I know there's so many entrepreneurs out there who are thinking, I need some help. I need some help, and I need some help from a financial institution like TD to help grow my business. And a lot of people are thinking business loan, right? So how can entrepreneurs get a business loan with TD?
The first step would be for them to book an appointment with one of our account managers, because every business is different. So you need someone who's a specialist in that area to sit with you and understand what your business needs are. And they can do that by visiting our website. It's td.com/black business. And on that page, they would find the regional managers for the Black customer experience.
Once the appointment is made, right? Obviously, a lot of people are going to be excited. Okay, I got my appointment with TD. They're starting to see green. That's good.
Absolutely.
But I'm sure there are some do's and don'ts that entrepreneurs should be aware about, be
Yes.
prepared to do. So what are those do's and don'ts?
First of all, take care of your personal finances. Make sure your personal finances are in order. Also, your credit score, your credit bureau records. If they need improvement, make sure you work on them first before considering coming into the bank. Also, it's important to understand that having a business has its advantages, but it doesn't come without risk. So it's very important that before you decide to get into business and then start seeking business loans, that you've done a good amount of due diligence. You've done your risk assessment. You understand the industry. You understand the specific sector that you're trying to get into. Once you decide to go that path, it's important that you have a lot of your T's crossed and your I's dotted.
We heard so much from Yemi and Ayo, who said they planned meticulously about their business to ensure that Go Chips would be successful. You work with a lot of small business owners.
Yes.
We work very closely together. You're always on the show. We
Absolutely,
love
yeah.
it.
Yeah, absolutely.
What advice would you give to would-be entrepreneurs or new entrepreneurs starting out right now?
Reach out to us at td.com/black business. We have several regional managers across the country willing to connect and help you out. We also have a lot of tools on our website. So we have tools that can help you with your startup cost projections, your cash flow calculator, business plan templates, and also we have a search feature on our website that can help you identify grants from different programs.
Wow.
Yes, and also government funding solutions as well.
You know, I'm so glad that you talked about like the different funding solutions that might be out there, because a lot of young entrepreneurs think it's only loans that are available.
Yes.
So the fact that like TD has resources to help identify maybe there are potential grants that you can access, like that can be a game changer for a business. And I feel like it's all about making people feel comfortable with making such a big bet, because entrepreneurship is not an easy thing.
Once you decide to go that route, one thing you have to get out of your mind is, I'm gonna have a fixed time frame, where I do my work. It doesn't work like that. It's not a 9 to 5. Yeah. As an entrepreneur, your business demands, or your venture demands so much of you, especially in the startup phase. You find yourself doing so many things, that a typical or a mid-sized organization would have different departments for different individuals that look after those things. But you could be the CEO and founder. You could also be the sales, the person in charge of sales. You could be doing marketing. You could be doing a lot of things, wearing different hats, especially in the startup phase. So these are things that I would advise that people need to consider before getting into business. But like I said, there's also a lot of pros, and something to also note is that interest on business loans are typically tax deductible.
Okay.
Yes, so that could also be a very efficient way to grow your business.
I do want to touch on something that we heard from Yemi and Ayo about, which was, the Black experience of being an entrepreneur, and especially being an immigrant, for example. It's not always easy, and sometimes there are, areas of discrimination that you have to overcome or that you face in just trying to access, just trying to start.
TD is very well, we're very aware, of these barriers and challenges that entrepreneurs, especially from the Black community, face, and that is why we had put together the Black Customer Experience team, which is the team that I'm a part of, and our main goal is to support Black entrepreneurs, make sure that we provide them with the right professionals across the bank that are not just willing to help them, but are very enthusiastic about their business and want to really support them in their journey. I think this is a very unique segment that we bring to the bank, to the banking industry, and this shows how much we believe and how much we want to support Black entrepreneurs to help them achieve their goals.
I'm glad that you touched on that, and I know it's Black History Month. Yes. Both you and I, we love to support Black businesses. We want to see them excel. We're here in Go Chips, yes. Factory. So can we get some Go Chips? I feel like we got to cheers with some chips. Okay, it's giving packaging.
Yes,
it's giving mainstream.
Very beautifully packaged.
Yes. Yeah. Now, okay, you said plantain.
Yes.
The Jamaicans are gonna come for you.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Why?
I'm coming for you right now.
What would you say? How would you pronounce
plantain.
It? What? Say
plantain.
It. Oh, it's plantain.
No, it's plantain.
Oh, no.
You are my show. It's plantain.
Okay, you win.
Cheers,
brother.
babe.
Thank you.
Hey BG Squad, thanks so much for checking out our channel, and listen to this, we have more great content for you, like this video right here and this video right here. By the way, don't forget to subscribe to this channel right now and tap that notification bell.